Hey friend, it is Kate here. Thank you so much for jumping on my channel and joining me here today. Now I have got a really short stretch for us. I know sometimes we just need to move a little bit, whether it's first thing in the morning when we get up, or maybe we've been at our desk for a long time and so we need a little midday stretch and move and groove, or maybe it's the very end of the night and we just want to give our body a little love before we go to bed. So just a quick 10-minute stretch. Roll out your mat and let's get started. We're going to start in a little hero's pose, which is just in a kneeling position. However, I know that doesn't always work for everyone. So a few options. A, if you just need a little extra padding, grab a towel, a blanket, maybe fold your mat up to give yourself a little extra support. Some people I find like flexing their feet and kind of pressing down. I personally think that puts more pressure on my knees, but each person does whatever works for them. You could, of course, just be in an easy pose for here, not the end of the world either way. But I want you to press the tops of your hands into your legs, roll the shoulders back, sit a little taller and straighter, almost think of lifting up and away, and let's close our eyes for a moment. Take a great big inhale, big breath out. Another deep inhale, let it go. Follow the breath through the front of your body. Notice your belly filling. Feel your ribs expand. And feel your chest rise. As you exhale, chest softens. Ribs close. Belly relaxes. It's almost like a little wave in our body. Notice that little wave rolling across your chest. Simply focus on that small wave, that little flow, and let the rest of the world fade away. In moments when my mind feels buzzy, when thoughts are dancing and swirling all over, that small little flow-like breath is a fabulous tool to bring myself back to me, back to my center. Eyes can stay opened or closed. You can lightly blink them open if you're in the mood. But I want you to reach your fingertips up to the sky, and then soften them down. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, soften down. One more time up. Exhale, clasp them together behind your head, open your elbows wide, and lightly dip your chin to your chest. It's not a full tuck, but instead just a small drop so you can open up through those cervical spine. Take a big inhale, a little stretch over to the right. Big inhale, exhale, center. Over other side, and return. If it feels nice, keep going side to side. Maybe you'd rather just stay and finding a deeper stretch to that lateral side body. Eventually, though, let's come over to the right and pause. Take a big inhale, and I want you to drop your forehead towards your knees. Now, we're not going to come all the way down. It's more about just opening up through those vertebrae, through the back of our body. Almost think of reaching that head a little closer to the knees. Take a big inhale. Restack the spine. Roll yourself up. No hurry, no rush. Reach over to the left or the opposite side. And then curl it forward. Again, it's like your head is just hanging. I almost think about pressing the back of my head into my hands and my hands into my head. Take a big breath. Restack the spine, roll yourself all the way up. Release the fingertips, take the hands to the tops of the thigh. Notice what feels different already. Small, tiny movements can make a huge difference in our body. Sit a little taller, a little straighter, and then reach your fingertips up nice and high. Let's twist to the right. Take your right hand back, left hand forward. Now, this doesn't have to be the deepest twist. Maybe it's a small little one. It could be the start of your day. Maybe it's later and we've got more range of motion. Inhale, unravel both hands up. Opposite twist. Inhale, unravel both hands up. Flip the palms so they're facing forward. Cactus your elbows off to the side. Open up across your chest. Think of pressing the back of your hands away, shining your heart. It's like a little string attached with your sternum and lifted you up. Big, deep inhale. Let it go. Come on up to your hands and your knees. Know that there are many modifications for us here. If this does not feel good, you can always roll your mat up and lift the heels of your hands a little higher to relieve some of that tension there. Or we could just not do our tabletop. But from here, let's cat and cow. You can just as easily cat and cow from a seated position as from here. It's just not quite as deep often, but it can feel really nice, especially for those of us that don't like to be on our knees. There are always modifications, my friends. And then I just want you to circle your head and your tail around. Once or twice to one side, and then other direction. Pause and return center, and then extend your right foot out behind you. I want you to tuck the toes and then reach your fingertips a little bit further away and then rock your weight back. Press your heel towards the ground behind you. Pull your belly button up and in. Broaden across the chest. Take a great big filling breath in. Big breath out. Another big inhale. Big breath out. Let that go. Pull your knee back into place and send the other one out. Same thing, tuck the toes and then rock the weight back. Notice, are we dumping forward? We do not want a Beyonce booty moment here either. Lightly elongate the spine. Honestly, if it feels nice to curl through the body a little bit, that can be nice occasionally. I'm more focused on pressing my heel towards the ground behind me though. Take a full deep breath. Big easy sigh out. Walk that leg in, and then let's open our knees a little bit wider, keeping our toes touching. Take your hands a little bit further away. Push your hips back towards your heels, and then rise up to your hands and your knees. This is not about a perfect pose at all, but finding some mobility in our body. Oftentimes when we're feeling tight and we think to ourselves, oh, I want to stretch, I see people holding poses. Instead, most of us are looking for mobility rather than flexibility, kind of loosening up through those ball and socket joints, through our shoulders, all those places that hold a lot of tension from us. A few more times back and forth at your own pace. And then simply send those hips back and pause. Reach your fingertips further away. Imagine I'm holding your hips. I'm keeping your sitting bones in place, and you are trying to crawl your fingertips as far away as you can. Go ahead and crawl all of your fingers over to the right side of your mat. I like to take my left hand on top of my right and press my left hip closer to the ground. Almost think of fanning open through your ribs, opening from your left hip through that side body, out those fingertips. Take a big inhale, big breath out, and then slowly crawl your fingertips over to the other side. Now this time, right hand on top of left, I'm pressing my right sitting bone down, growing longer, opening up through my ribs. Big deep inhale. Big breath out. One more breath. And then slowly bring it all the way back to center. From here, I just want you to tuck your toes and lift your hips high. This is not about a great big downward dog. Again, it's mobility. Paddle through the feet. Sway the hips, nod the head. Discover what's calling to your body right now. It's not some perfect Instagram perfect pose. It's finding what feels good for you. Maybe we want to pause here and send those hips back. Maybe you want to kind of roll forward and back, kind of opening up like we did in our child's pose. Again, nothing perfect, nothing crazy, just enjoying that mobility in our body. Eventually, walk your feet and hands together. Find a forward fold with a great big bend in your knee, letting your head reach for the ground. Take a full inhale. Big easy sigh out. Bend the knees, slowly roll yourself all the way up to standing. Take a moment here and just notice what feels different. Maybe again, follow that flow like breath in your body, eyes opened or closed. Reach your fingertips all the way up to the sky. Find a great big stretch from your feet, through your body, out your fingertips. Take a big, deep, full inhale, turning on all the muscles in your body. Exhale, let it relax. As always, give yourself a pat on the back, thanking yourself for doing something so good and just for you. I hope you enjoyed our very short little stretch, and I can't wait to see you again.